Good afternoon, everybody. Mr. Speaker, distinguished members of Congress, Secretaries General, Ambassador O'Malley, Ambassador Chilcott, Dr. Anita Sands, ladies and gentlemen, I'm truly delighted to welcome you all here for the 4th of July celebration lunch. Can I extend a particular warm welcome to Speaker Boehner? We are truly honoured that you've chosen to spend a few hours with us this afternoon. Thank you. Before I start, though, while we celebrate today, we must also reflect on some heartbreaking events of recent weeks. And of course, our thoughts and prayers are with the many families who recently suffered such tragedy in Berkeley in California. Ireland has always had a rich relationship with the United States, extending back, as we've heard, to July the 4th, 1776, which is, of course, the inspiration for today's celebration. Of the 56 signatories to the Declaration of Independence, at least 8 were Irish Americans, and 3 were actually born here in Ireland. The Declaration was printed by John Dunlap of Strabane, as we've heard, who left Ireland aged 10 for a new life as an apprentice printer in Philadelphia. After a few weeks after the first being signed, on August the 23rd, 1776, the Belfast Newsletter became the first newspaper outside of America to publish the Declaration. So today we celebrate a relationship between Ireland and the United States that has steadily strengthened and deepened over the intervening 239 years. Our two countries share many historical, cultural, and family bonds. And these bonds have fostered tremendous ties in business that continue to draw our countries even closer today. A report by the American Chamber, the Irish-US Economic Relationship 2015, has documented the strength of the Irish-US economic relationship. And it has showed that in 2014, Ireland was the top destination in the world for US FDI flows. And the outlook for 2015 is just as optimistic. Ireland has become a critical gateway for Europe to US companies already this year. Many US companies have announced major new investments in Ireland to support their global operations. Here's just some examples. In Galway, Apple are investing close to $1 billion in a new data center. In Dublin, Alexion announced a €450 million investment to construct a new biologics facility, one of the largest healthcare investments in the history of the state. In Waterford, Bosch and Lomb are investing €75 million in extra capacity, and just last month, Johnson & Johnson in Limerick announced a €100 million investment to expand its production facility there. Now, this impressive list of investments demonstrates the economic impact of the Ireland-US relationship, but that really is only half the story. The real success isn't captured by euros or dollars, but by the people who have been Ireland's greatest asset when it comes to winning these investments. Easily one of the most enjoyable benefits of serving as the president of the American Chamber is the conversations I'm able to have with business leaders right around the country. Time after time, I'm told that the key to a successful US investment is the talent of the Irish workforce. The more than 140,000 people employed in US companies are the lifeblood of our success. That is the view of Irish talent, not just in Ireland, but from around the world. And it is these great people that drive innovation, the channeling of creativity and energy that is central to Irish enterprise and to the work in the Chamber, to our work in the Chamber. The inaugural Research Innovation Awards, held last May, provided fresh evidence of the innovations that are taking place every day under the entrepreneurial partnership between Ireland and the US. And we intend to expand these awards to celebrate innovations achieved by Irish companies in the United States. An addition that will capture the reciprocal nature of our relationship with the US, where Irish companies there employ a similar number of people to those which are employed by US companies here in Ireland. So this innovative spirit is central to the reason that, for example, 9 of the top 10 software companies are located in Ireland. It explains the billion-dollar capital investments in advanced technologies and why Ireland is the #1 destination for mobile US investment capital. And we should take pride in this record, but we must never become complacent. Innovation is not a given. has to be earned. Many people mistakenly believe that the source of innovation is inspiration. And while yes, that is true, it's also the product of striving, of hard work, and of relentless focus. In the end, the commitment to innovation is a conscious decision. It's not just an accident of history. And if I could give you an example from my own industry, in fact, my own company. Back in April, the technology world came together to celebrate the 50th anniversary of Moore's Law. The prediction by Intel co-founder Gordon Moore that the number of transistors on an integrated circuit would double every 2 years. Now, we call it a law, but there was nothing, in fact, preordained or inevitable about it. Gordon's prediction wasn't so much a visionary conjecture about the future as it really was a hard-headed business strategy, which became the foundation for the entire electronics industry and arguably, as Mark has mentioned, the most potent economic forecast of the modern era. The idea that the power of computing would double every 24 months represented a big bet about the possibilities of the microchip. It only became the law, we know it, because not only Intel, but the entire industry made a collective commitment to research, investment, and risk-taking. So we here in Ireland require that same collective commitment as a country to ensure that FDI, which is responsible for more than 20% of our GDP, continues into the future and is not something that we will ever take for granted. Now, the Chamber believes that there is a potential, and a lot of it, to grow our innovation output in the coming years. We recently launched Ireland's Innovation Pathway, a strategy aimed at making Ireland an even more desirable location for world-class RD&I, a location where global research challenges are met and solved. While government policy can help promote this goal, and the business community must be active in advancing sound ideas. And so one opportunity for both Ireland and the US is the Transatlantic Trade and Investment Partnership, or TTIP. This prospective EU-US trade agreement would transform the transatlantic economy. By tearing down barriers to trade, it would open markets, promote economic growth, create jobs, and encourage innovation. Speaker Boehner, we commend your leadership in advancing TTIP. We look forward to making this trade deal a reality, and I want you to know that you are not alone. The American Chamber stands with you, and we pledge to fight for this agreement because it is good for Ireland, it is good for America, and it is good for the world. America is justly proud of its Independence Day, an event that will forever ring down in history. And from my perspective as an Irishman, recalling the role of those 8 Irish Americans who signed the Declaration also reminds me that we are an incredible people with a diaspora that reaches far and wide. This network of Irish descent has brought the deep passions of our people to every corner of the globe. Our people have used these passions to create opportunities, make lasting contributions, and even change the shape of history. This passion can be the spark for forging the next great chapter in Ireland's economic partnership with the United States. And I cannot think of a better time to start than on an occasion that marked its beginning. And so on behalf of my 140,000 colleagues, it's my honor to wish you all a happy Independence Day. Thank you.